What I do now is program management. I manage our government contracts and our government-related contracts. Primarily, though, my job is writing. I do a lot of, most of the writing at XCOR, and that includes proposals and technical reports and contractual reports, marketing material, kind of everything. So one of my focuses is getting the XCOR story out and making what we have to say to the public digestible. So going from the engineering to what I like to say is something my grandmother can understand about what we're doing.
And what is XCOR doing?
Well, the standard line is XCOR does rocket engines and rocket-powered vehicles. And at the moment, we are working on a suborbital vehicle called Lynx. And Lynx will have 2 phases of development. One will be a prototype, it's called Mark 1, and a production model called Mark 2. Mark 1 is, the differences between the two are primarily performance. Mark 1 will have an altitude of about 61 kilometers, that's 200,000 feet. And Mark 2 will get you to 100 kilometers, which is about 330,000 feet. So we're working on the Mark 1 production right now. We have tested the engine. I don't remember how many times, but the engine is fairly well developed, including testing it at thermal equilibrium and testing it with a new nozzle. We're very comfortable with that. We continue to test it pretty much every week. There'll be 4 of these same engines on the Lynx vehicle. And we're also developing the airframe and going through wind tunnel tests and correlating that with CFD analysis. We're also working on a pump for the liquid oxygen. We have, the interesting thing about Lynx is it will be a pump-fed propellant system. So we'll have a fuel pump and a LOX pump, and we'll have two sets of those for 2 engines. Right now we're working on the LOX pump, testing that and qualifying that. We're also working on the thruster, the reaction control system for that, which is a new proprietary propellant that we have developed that we like a lot. It takes us away from nitrous oxide, which we don't like for a number of safety reasons, and we're pretty excited about that. So we have a number of things there. We also have, let's try to think the things that I'm doing, the government programs. We've got a phase 1 SBIR with NASA to develop a composite material that will be our LOX tank on Mark 2. We call it non-burnite. It's a new composite that is non-flammable, non-combustible. Again, we like it for its safety reasons and because it's not an ignition source. And it's a composite, so it's lighter weight than aluminum.
Do you have a timeline for building that airframe?
As soon as we possibly can. I mean, as soon as we can possibly do it. And what we're looking at is flight test operations by next fall. So, that's kind of what we expect. Funding is always the limitation. We are not funded by a billionaire or a single source government contract or VC investor. So funding has been the limiter, but funding has been good, and so we expect that to continue at its current pace, and we expect to just continue development of the airframe.
How many employees at XCOR now?
Oh boy, I think we're up around 30 now, and that includes some interns. And we expect to be hiring more. We have a contract with United Launch Alliance for a LOX hydrogen engine, and that's in the I'd say early stages of development. We've actually been working with them for about a year now on this development, but that will become a larger program, we have a contract to look at this LOX pump, and then ultimately develop a 25,000-pound thrust engine of LOX hydrogen. Well, obviously first we develop a smaller scale engine and then go from there, but ultimately that will be the larger contract.